Coming right up, more Legends Division action to close out the first hour as the Superfly, Jimmy Snuka, gets set to lock it up with the excellence of execution, Bret the Hitman Hart, in one-on-one action.
The following Legends Division contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. It's elusive first from the media audience, weighing 251 pounds, Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Well, Philadelphia fans definitely remember Superfly Snuka from his many appearances at the Philadelphia Spectrum, and we're here tonight at the RCS Philly to see what happens when Jimmy Superfly Snuka locks it up with the excellence of execution, Bret the Hitman Hart, in what's likely to be a very exciting, very frantic Legends Division matchup.
His opponent from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 235 pounds, the excellence of execution, Bret the Hitman Hart.
And here is the best there is, the best there was, the best there will ever be, according to him, Bret the Hitman Hart. He and Jim the Anvil Neidhart and the Hart Foundation not doing too much in the winning department lately. They have an occasional win here and there, but that's just not good enough for Bret the Hitman Hart, who is hungry for a win. And this matchup with Jimmy Superfly Snuka is likely to be a difficult one. I don't know if the Hitman's going to be up to the task. The Hitman's been on a real dry spell lately. He needs a win. I don't know if he's going to get one against the Superfly, though. But here we go. Tom Canamora rings the bell. They lock it up. Headlock from the Hitman into a top wrist lock. Takes Superfly down to the canvas. That was quick. Clothesline. A glancing clothesline, but it took him down just the same. Snuka counters, winds up the arm, shoulder tackle to the Hitman. Bret Hart rounded up, quickly counters Snuka. Snuka counters with a right. The Hitman counters with a kick. Gonna be a whole lot of countering going on here. Here's a headlock. Headlock takedown from Superfly. Countered by the Hitman again into the headlock himself, into the top wrist lock again. Superfly trying to fight back here, but swept down to the canvas one more time by Bret the Hitman Hart. The Hitman with the headlock and a running bulldog to Superfly Snuka. The Hitman rounds him up. Snuka counters, whips him out over the top rope and onto the apron. Hard right hand puts the Hitman out on the floor. Jimmy Superfly Snuka doing a little showboat, and the fans in Philly definitely love Superfly Snuka. There's a hard right, there's another one. Bret the Hitman Hart gets a hold of Superfly by the hair, smashes his head into the, oh man, right into the apron. Bret the Hitman Hart gathers up Superfly again. Superfly counters with a kick to the midsection. Bret the Hitman Hart counters. Whips Superfly inside the ring. Makes his own way in. A hard right, a kick to the midsection, and a quick DDT. Takes Superfly down. Here's a quick cover one. You gotta admit, the Hitman's looking good tonight. Bret Hart countered by the Superfly, winds it up, snaps the arm, hard right hand, a kick to the midsection from Bret Hart, inverted atomic drop to the Superfly right in the store. Ow. Oh, okay. Bret the Hitman Hart whips Superfly to the corner. Glancing drop kick. Superfly delivers one, he got all of it. Bret the Hitman Hart down on the canvas now. Superfly Snuka just standing there, implacable. Oh. Hitman whips him to the ropes. A quick counter, a kick to the midsection. Bret Hart sets him up for the long vertical suplex. Superfly Snuka back on the canvas again. Bret Hart countered with an uppercut by the Superfly. Winds up the arm, Russian leg sweep to the Hitman. Down he goes. There's a stomp to the chest. And Superfly Snuka quickly covers and hooks the leg here. One, but just not even a one. Huh, man. The Hitman whips Superfly to the corner. Superfly counters with an elbow, and whoa, a quick hurricane honor to the Hitman. This one's been fast and furious. It definitely has. Hard kick to the back from the Superfly. Snuka gets countered, catches a shot to the midsection from Bret Hart. Bret Hart again nails him with that running bulldog. He just, oh man, I think he just busted Superfly open too. Snuka quickly counters, quickly back up on his feet, indicating to the fans that he is all right, despite having been busted open by Bret the Hitman Hart. Clothesline takes Hart down. A second one. Here comes, swing and a miss by the Hitman, and another clothesline from Snuka takes him down to the mat. Big time. Oh, man, what a kick right to the chest of Bret the Hitman Hart. Superfly tries for the suplex, but quickly gets countered. The Hitman counters with a suplex. Nicely done by the Hitman. Rear chin lock. The referee checking things out. But so far, no dice. Superfly trying to get himself loose, but Bret the Hitman Hart releases the hold. Follows it up with a stomp to the head. He's got Superfly by the hair. Slams him down to the canvas. The Hitman rounds up Snuka. Whips him to the corner. Another glancing drop kick. Superfly delivers another masterful drop kick here. Bret's laid out. Superfly all the way up on the top turnbuckle. He's going to fly. There's the Superfly splash. And that could be the end of the match right there. Snuka covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Bret the Hitman Hart getting the left shoulder up just in the nick of time. Might have taken everything he had. The Hitman counters with a jawjacker to Snuka. Misses with the clothesline. Superfly with a meteor of both knees into the chest of Bret the Hitman Hart. The Hitman counters with a forearm. Gets a hold of Snuka, whips him to the far left corner. Turns him around. And he's going for that running bulldog again. That's 3 times he's already nailed Snuka with that move. The Hitman up on the middle rope. Here we go. Elbow to the head of the Superfly, and he is in bad shape. Bret the Hitman Hart covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Well now. Bret can't believe it, but Superfly powers out at the 11th hour here. Bret the Hitman Hart follows up with a stomp. Rounds up Snuka. Has him up over the shoulder, but Superfly quick counter DDT head first into the canvas. Superfly Snuka not done yet. Bret the Hitman Hart counters with a kick to the knee. They grapple, they lock it up, and Snuka shoves him back. Big time flying kick from Superfly. Snuka makes his way to the top turnbuckle here. Bret the Hitman Hart laid out just about center ring. And Snuka's going to wait for Bret Hart to stand himself up. Here we go. Another pair of knees to the chest. Another devastating meteora. Superfly Snuka rallying the fans for some support here. Bret Hart counters with a forearm. Quickly takes the Superfly down. Here we go. He is calling for the sharpshooter. And he's got it locked in, but too close to the ropes. Referee says he's going to have to start all over again. Here's a cover. So Snuka quickly powers out of that one. Bret the Hitman Hart looking for some way here, but here's, quick takedown from the Superfly. Bret Hart counters, gets back up to a stand position. Here we go, another running bulldog. And Snuka is definitely busted open. Bret Hart sets him up for the inverted atomic drop of Superfly, quick with the counter and a beautiful kick right to the head of Bret the Hitman Hart, who rolls on out to the floor. Snuka making his way to the top left turnbuckle. This could be bad news right here. Oh man, crash and burn. Misjudged the distance by about half a foot. Bret the Hitman Hart with a drop kick. Takes Snuka down to the floor. Kick quickly countered into another kick from Superfly. Bret Hart rounded up. Snuka with a hard whip back inside the ring. Follows him on in himself. Here's a hard whip to the corner. Here comes the Hitman. Another drop kick to the Superfly. Bret Hart drops him up, takes him down. Drives a knee into the, right into the leg of Superfly. And goes to work on a down Superfly Snuka, working on the arm. Bret Hart countered with a kick to the head from the Superfly. Quickly back up, another beautiful flying kick from Superfly Snuka. Takes him down. Oh man, what a ride this one's been so far. Bret Hart rounded up. Oh man, vicious kick right to the face. Big time super kick. Bret Hart somehow counters, gets back up on his feet, and now both men are busted open. Bret Hart gets a hold of Superfly, has him up for the pile driver, and he nailed it. Snuka caught all of that one. Bret the Hitman Hart drags him towards center ring. Snuka may be out. 1, 2, 3, and that is most definitely it. Bret the Hitman Hart picking up this win by pinfall. Now that right there was a Legends Division match to be talked about. Bret the Hitman Hart picking himself up a much-needed win and a hard-fought battle with Superfly Jimmy Snuka. And you can see right there, he is busted up, but so is Snuka. What a ride that one was. A whole lot of back and forth, a whole lot of momentum shifts. Even got that Superfly death sweep in there, and it wasn't enough to keep the Hitman down.
Neither of these two was gonna just fold to the other, and man, did they ever trade shots. While the Hitman may have taken a serious beating at the hands of Snuka, he still manages to come up with the 3 count. I honestly thought once Snuka nailed Bret with that Superfly splash from the top rope, that it would have ended the match right then. And I was shocked to see Bret kick out. Bret definitely was hot to get this win, and damned if he didn't pull it off in pretty spectacular fashion.
A hard-fought and well-earned win for the excellence of execution. Fans, that's it for the first half of tonight's Snarl Rage Special. But be sure to join us when we come back for the second half, because there's definitely gonna be some great matches and some big surprises. And we'll be back with all of it in just a little bit. So stay with us, cause all that's coming up shortly.